Hi everyone, welcome back to Rachel Pichler Yoga. It is day 15. We are pretty much halfway through. So who is excited about that? I've been having a lot of fun and I hope you have too. But we're gonna have a little bit of extra fun today and trying some new stuff. So let's find a little bit of space to move and get started. So let's begin today in child's pose. So feel free to come over onto your knees. Let the knees be nice and wide so that you can just rest your upper body between your legs. Reaching the arms out in front, or maybe you'd rather have them beside you. Whatever's comfy. Bring your forehead all the way down. And let's just start off today by closing our eyes. And taking a few big breath here. Just starting to let go of your day. Relaxing through your shoulders and your hips. And then maybe if you want to, just kind of pushing your palms into the mat to send your hips back towards your heels so your arms might lift up. At the same time, you're creating length through your spine. And then you can stay here for another inhale. And as you exhale, just relax your arms completely. So taking just another breath or two. Settling in. And when you feel ready to move, you can just use an inhale, slowly start to lift up. Finding your way into tabletop. Excuse me. Bring your knees in, spread your fingers nice and wide, and we're just going to stretch our wrists a little bit. So you can bring the fingertips and point them straight out to the sides, or you can keep turning those fingers and point them towards your knees, maybe doing one hand at a time. But let's let the head just be heavy, relaxing a little bit here while feeling an awesome stretch the forearms and the wrists. If you have one hand, if you're doing one hand at a time, you can switch sides. If you're doing both and you feel good to stay. If you need to take a break, take a break. But just maybe even having the eyes closed and continue to slow things down here. Just feel the stretch, feel the breath. Awesome work, you guys. Slowly just start to turn the fingers back to the top of the mat. You can sit on your heels if you want. Just do a little massage, a little wrist movement, circles. And then we'll take our little counter stretch by bringing the top of the hand to the mat. You can do one hand, you can do both hands. I like to bring my fingers to point towards my knees. Maybe your fingers are pointing to the middle, but just bending the wrist in the opposite direction for a little counter stretch. So if you're doing one hand, you can switch. If you're doing both, you can stay. Awesome work, you guys. Alrighty, taking all the weight out of the hands for a second, taking a few more wrist circles if you need it. We're gonna meet in downward facing dog. So your hands will come back down to the mat, spread the fingers wide, tucking your toes under, lift on up. Just another breath here. not too long. If you want to pedal the feet, go for it, but let your head be nice and heavy. And then using an inhale, start to look between your hands. Exhale, walk or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach up. Look up and exhale your hands through heart center and down to your sides. Let's roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's plant the hands and step back into downward facing dog. We're building strength today. We started in child's pose, so at any time you need to come there, take a break, you find your way into child's pose. If you're in downward facing dog with me, well, you could stay here as well. Or maybe you want to flow using an inhale. Send your weight forward into your plank. Feel free to drop to the knees. Exhale, lower yourself, chaturanga, or all the way onto your stomach. Inhale, lift up, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Our feet are going to come together. Inhale, your right foot up. Exhale, let's send it through. Setting up your lunge, feel free to drop the back knee. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bring your back foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach up, look up, and exhale your hands through heart center, down to your sides. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting your hands, stepping back into downward facing dog, staying here. Or let's flow. Inhale into your plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feet are coming together. Inhale, your right foot up. Exhale, send it through. Set up your lunge. Feel free to drop that back knee. Slow it down a little bit. We aren't here too long. Take one more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward if you can. Exhale, bring your back foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Reach up, look up, and exhale your hands through heart center. And pause here. Tadasana. Mountain pose, roll those shoulders back and down. Standing nice and tall. Take a moment. Slow down your breath. We're bringing the heart rate up today. We're building some heat today. Some strength. So good. So at any time you need to break, child's pose. Maybe downward dog is a rest pose for you. But find what you need. Take what you need. Take another inhale. Exhale, release your arms to your sides. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the hands. You can go straight to down dog, or you can go straight into a plank. Use an exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome, you guys. All right. So I know we've been in downward dog. We've been in our wrists a lot today. So if you do want to take it to the forearms for dolphin, I know it's tough. I know it builds a lot of strength and a lot of work through those shoulders, but definitely feel free to take your down dogs onto your forearms. And if it becomes too much, you can always bring your knees down as well. So our feet are going to come together though, wherever your hands are, your forearms, wherever those are. Bring your feet together and inhale your right foot up into the air. 3-legged dog. So we're going to take a few moments here. If you want to try and stack your right hip and maybe shift your gaze under your right arm, kind of opening up the side of the body, and maybe that right knee wants to bend. And you kind of want to just find your edge here where you think you're going to actually flip your doggy over, but you're just going to hold it there. You're going to breathe. You're so strong. Awesome job, you guys. If that knee is bent, you can start to straighten it. Shift your gaze back to the middle or to your back foot, I suppose. Use an inhale. Look forward. Exhale. Let's send that right foot all the way to the top of the mat. Find your lunge. Take a moment. Feel free to drop your knee. Breathe. Awesome, you guys. A nice chance to give those wrists a break. With your next inhale, you can look forwards. Exhale, bring your back foot to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Reach up, look up, pause here. Let's take another inhale. And exhale, folding right back down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank to flow, or skip it and go to down dog, maybe even child's pose. We're gonna meet in downward facing dog. Take your time, move with your breath, bring your feet together. Once you're there, inhale your left foot up. Three-legged dog. Option to try and stack that left hip. Maybe look under that left arm and bend that top leg if it feels right. Whatever is to the right of you. See if you can touch your big toe to it without falling all the way over. Breathe. Awesome, you guys. Use an inhale. Straighten the leg. Look forwards. Exhale. Send that left foot to the top of your mat. Inhale, set up the lunge. Exhale, inhale again. Exhale, one more breath in. Exhale, let's bring the back foot up to the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Reach up. Look up, exhale your hands through heart center and down to your sides. All right, let's step our feet out to the edges of the mat. So your feet can kind of be parallel to the edges of your mat. So your toes are going to point straight forwards. Hands can either be on your hips or you can interlace your fingers behind your low back. But take an inhale, stand tall. And as you exhale, you can tip forward. Feel free to bend the knees as you lower down. And then you can keep folding or you can stay about halfway. If your hands are behind your low back, just think about lifting them away from your back. Like you want to let them fall behind your head. Getting into the shoulders a little bit. Feeling a stretch through the legs. Nice little break here. Nice job, you guys. So using an inhale, we're going to come back up. If you need to release your hands to your hips to get up, feel free. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, release your arms to your sides, heel toe, or step your feet all the way back together. Roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank to flow, or go straight to down dog. Maybe you'd like child's pose. Breathe. Inhale into your up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome job, you guys. Okay, we're going to bring our feet back together. You're going to use an inhale, three-legged dog. That right foot's coming all the way up. We're going to try and stack that hip again, bending the knee. And this time, I actually want you to flip your dog over. Wild thing, gracefully. Woo, let that foot come all the way to the floor behind you. You can find some more length in that left leg so that you're balanced and reaching your fingertips for the front of the room. Woohoo, a little crazy. Give it a try if you want it. Awesome work, you guys. How do we get back over into our three-legged dog? I don't know. Bring your hand to the mat and then just pivot, just turn over. Inhale, lift your right foot back up. Exhale, let's send it through, finding your lunge. Stay on the ball of that back foot, but you can drop your knee if you want. In the lunge, option crescent lunge. Inhale, reaching up. Maybe looking up. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down. Take your front foot, step it back. Downward facing dog. Feet are together. Inhale. Your left foot nice and high. Start to stack that hip. Three-legged dog. Maybe you're bending that knee. Maybe you want to bring that foot all the way to the floor. Behind you. Straightening that right leg. And finding Wild Thing. Reaching those fingertips for the front of the room. Lift the hips, feeling a whole lot of work through the whole body here. I know. Awesome job, you guys. So gracefully, however you are able to turn back over and send that left foot all the way back up. Exhale. Let's bring it through. Setting up your lunge. Drop the knee if you want it. And then start to lift up for crescent lunge. If you have some more gas in your tank. Breathe. One more inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands down. Step your front foot back. Downward facing dog. Take an inhale. Exhale. Bring your knees all the way down to the mat. Sit on your heels. Take child's pose. So you can have your knees together or let them come out wider. But just slow down your breath. Relax a little bit. I said we were going to have some extra fun today. Wild Thing was that extra fun thing. So if you're new to it, it was probably kind of crazy. I like that one. It takes practice though, kind of flipping over, coming back. So you can always play with that. Awesome work, you guys. All right, we're just going to turn over onto our backs. Turning on over. Lay down. Just keeping your knees bent, feet planted. And having your heels nice and close to your hips. Resting your arms at your sides. We're going to use an inhale to bring the hips up for bridge pose. You can walk your shoulders a little bit closer. Maybe even clasp your hands together underneath your back. And just releasing the hip flexors here. Some work for the quads though, I know. Let's stay for an inhale. And exhale. Ooh, bringing your hips down. Keep your feet planted though. We're going to go up into our bridge one more time. If you have wheel in your practice, you like to bring your hands to beside your ears and come all the way up into wheel pose. Definitely do. If you're good for bridge pose one more time, I'm going to stick with you guys too. So use an inhale, lift the hips or push up all the way into your wheel. Just a few breaths here. Wherever you are, push into your feet. Lift the chest. Feel free to stay for a few extra breaths or maybe just one more inhale. And an exhale to bring the hips down nice and slow, nice and controlled, especially if you're coming out of wheel. And we'll just bring the knees into the chest and do a little rock from side to side. You can stick with this if you want to come into happy baby, maybe let the knees come out wider. You could grab for your feet or your ankles. Just a little rock from side to side. Awesome work, you guys. Letting the feet go, the knees come back together. Your feet can find the floor. Reaching your arms out to either side of you, and the knees are going to come over to the left side for a twist. Just adjusting the shoulders so they're both down on the mat. And with an inhale, your knees can come back up. And exhale them over to the other side. Twist. And letting an inhale bring the knees all the way back up. And you can hug them in one last time, or maybe start to straighten your legs out nice and long on your mat. Bringing the feet nice and wide, sitting up for your Shavasana. Final relaxation. So taking one last breath here, a nice big breath, inhale and exhale. Staying here as long as you would like. And until we meet again tomorrow, namaste.